Hi, I'm ERICKA Simone. I'm from Detroit.
My name is Rocky. I'm from Detroit.
Hey guys, my name's WALE. I'm from Southwest Detroit.
Marty versus Adonis from Detroit.
And I'm here on Controversy.
And I'm here with Controversy.
And I'm here with Controversy.
And this is Controversy.
Would I date somebody who never had a girlfriend in their life?
Who's never had a girlfriend in their life?
Would I date someone who never had a boyfriend before? Yeah, for sure. Because it'll give you a clean slate.
Yes, I'll date them.
No, I can't do that.
Yes and no. Yes, I would say yes, I would date someone who's never had a girlfriend. But have they ever dated a woman? Now we gotta get into deep. Like, it's one thing if you've never dated a woman and you've never had a girlfriend, then no, I'm sorry, I would never date you.
I would date them simply because everybody has, a chance at love. I feel like everybody has a chance at love to experience and whatnot. And maybe they just haven't fell in love yet or found the perfect one, because love doesn't come easy. That's what I believe.
I gotta know you know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, I'm sorry. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
Wouldn't make you somewhat kind of like, I don't know, question, like it wouldn't make you want to question like, why haven't you never had a boyfriend before?
No, I mean, it just depends on like if I know her background or not. Like if shorty come from like a sheltered background and she didn't really have too much room to move around, some girls jump off the porch late. And I'm feeling that for real.
You just never had a girlfriend because you weren't ready for it or just no options. I can totally respect that because I ain't never been in a real relationship until I got with my man now. So I can respect that totally.
To be in a relationship, because maybe they have, dated around, but to them it wasn't a relationship. It wasn't a girlfriend, boyfriend thing, because I feel like people kind of confuses the titles a bit. Somebody's perception of one title may be different than the other. So I feel like I would ask a couple questions to see where that person's thought process will be at when it comes to relationships and what does it mean to have a girlfriend.
You really have to have a tight, you really have to be feeling this person or know that you guys have this certain type of connection. Other than that, no.
What method of dating is better? Meeting people offline or online?
I would say in person.
I prefer meeting in person.
I'm gonna definitely say in person is better. Just because earlier on, you always gonna pick up on that person's energy for real. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody online, you don't really pick up on those red flags for real. Like, I couldn't really do the online thing, me personally.
Wait. Repeat the question again. Is better, meeting online or meeting in person? I prefer meeting in person. Meeting online, I feel like you're talking to the same person over and over and over again. Especially now with social media and being able to share reels and gifs and all of that, I feel like it's all too cliche. Like, I'm basically saying I dated my ex. Like, all the same things he knows. Like, no, I need something new. I want to know who you are, what you do, what's your credit score, the whole nine. I need to know all of it.
I would say during this time where society is at, I feel like meeting people offline is better than meeting people online. And the reason why I say that is because you get to know that person. I feel like everybody putting up a facade online or putting out what you want to see, what you want to hear. So you don't really know the person for real, and you might fall in love with a online persona and then they not that in real life. I have met a handful of guys, even girls, who I thought they were like this person, but then when I met them in person, they wasn't that whatsoever.
Better dating in person or online? I would say in person, because you can feel the chemistry of the person. You can, depending on how your bullshit radar is, you can spot somebody who's full of it within like the first 10 minutes of conversation. So in person.
How do I feel about heterosexual people now being labeled as a what?
How do I feel about heterosexual people being labeled cis men or women. I don't like it, to be honest. I'm gonna say this: don't walk up to me and don't call me cis.
Would you consider yourself one?
Or what? I'm a man, straight man. Like cis, I don't know what all that is. A cis man, a cis woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school, straight man.
I feel like I have nothing against the LGBT 123 community. That has nothing to do with me. Like what y'all do, what they do, who you screw is your business.com. They ain't got nothing to do with me, but
It kind of sounds like a slur in a sense. But it's just disrespectful to me because I identify as a female and only as a female. So when you come up and say a term that is made up, it's just like you calling me out my name. It's very disrespectful to me. So I don't like it.
That's weird. Why do we have to put all these names to things? Like, why can't it just be a woman and a man? That's it. Adam and Eve.
I'm like, who the hell is giving out these labels? Because I'm not, like, who is coming up with the topic? We're going to start calling men and women cis man and cis women. That cannot be a heterosexual man or woman saying, we're going to call ourselves cis.
At what age should children be able to determine their gender? No age.
When they old enough to understand their gender as they were born in the way they identify.
Because you were born a boy and you were born a girl, and that's just what it is.
I don't think children should determine their gender. I feel like once you turn 18, once you're a full-grown adult and you experience quite a few things, then you're able to determine what you want to be identified as. But as a child, no, my kids are not determining their gender. They're not even thinking about all those things or whatnot as a child. They're just being a child. I feel like we should let kids just be kids.
What are you teaching your child for them to want to feel as though they don't want to be themselves? So now we're getting into confidence and self-hate. And in order for a child to even come up with that type of decision, it has to be adult consented, first off. So as an adult, what are you imposing and inflicting on your kids? What are you even doing to your kids to make them even feel as like, to even think about that kind of things? Like, kids are being exposed to a little too much nowadays, whether it's YouTube, social media, or even just adult conversations. So that's just a no. Should someone transgender be able to compete in the same sport of the opposite sex? Hold up. If you watch Ninja Warriors, that happens.
They shouldn't.
Should someone who's transgender be able to compete in the opposite sex sport? No.
I mean, the level of performance is gonna be different. Like, a man is a man. You got man strength, you know what I'm saying, on your side. You know what I'm saying? That ain't fair. Like, if you got a man that's, you know what I'm saying, performing in like a female basketball league or something like that, no, it's not fair. I don't feel like they should be able to play against women.
Males are physically stronger than women, no matter male or woman born with those genital areas. You are either a male or a female. Males are beyond stronger than women are. Not saying that women cannot be as strong, but I don't believe that there's no way that a woman would ever be able to reach a man's force at all. I don't.
Now, if you talk about basketball, no. In like sports that is if it's strictly gender based, then no. But if you talking about something like Ninja Warriors or Wipeout, like things that are like obstacles, personally, then I don't know if that would be considered competing, but I think that's fine because that kind of stuff actually exists. So this is just levels to the athletes. It depends on the sport.
No, I think that's not fair. I find that not fair because, for one, our body makeup is different. Men are, of course, stronger than women. I do feel like women can buff up, get strong and whatnot, but I still feel like it's just going to be a difference. It's going to be an imbalance, and it's not going to be an equally playing field for a woman. I wouldn't want to compete with a man. I wouldn't even think of competing with a man. Why would I want to do that? especially in a sport at that. No, I don't think I think they should have their own sport, or they should compete with, no, I don't even want to say that. That sounds so disrespectful. It sounds so hateful.
Do I believe there are other life forms other than us in the universe?
Yes. I kind of want to piggyback on what Rocky said, because there's fish, there were dinosaurs. I believe in Bigfoot, and I believe in all that other wild stuff. Do I want to see it someday? Hell yeah. But, I believe in all that stuff. So yeah, I do believe there's different forms of life.
Of course I do. What are cats? Because they're not human. Cats aren't human. And then we only discovered like 20% of the ocean. So if you seen Black Panther 2, I'm just saying they just putting a secret out there, because Stan Lee did work for the CIA, and I'm just saying we ain't got to go into detail of that, but clearly there's other life forms that exist.
Do I believe that there are other life forms in the universe? I would say yes, and I would say no, in the sense of yes, it could possibly be. We don't really know what's out there. We don't even understand our own universe to even think that far. So to say no would be a little bit ignorant in a sense, but to say yes will also be ignorant, because we don't know. We don't have the answer to that. So I would say yes and a no, to be honest. It may or it may not, but I would never know. Unless somebody can come back from the dead and tell me how it is like being dead, I don't know. I'm sorry. You can't even tell me what it feels like to die and what the other side look yet. So why are you asking me about, is it other life forms?
Which of the two films would it be? Aliens from Independence Day or Aliens from War of the Worlds?
Oh, that's my favorite movies, but it has to be the aliens from World of Wars.
If I had to choose between alien invasions on Independence Day and War of the Worlds, I would probably say Independence Day.
I ain't never seen War of the Worlds. What them aliens look like? All right, if you show me what they look like, then I know if I can like chop their dreads off or something. Like I don't.
So this one's Independence Day.
Just based off the title. Just based off the title.
Independence Day or War of the Worlds?
Nah, I'm let her see.
I don't know none of these movies.
So let's see what these. Oh, they look like.
This is War of the Worlds. I can find some shit. You gotta fast forward too, don't you?
So kind of like Transformers.
I think I'd prefer the second one, only because they just kind of showed up and it was what it was. The first one looked like they was just doing too much, and it was taking too long for them to get here. Like, if you gonna come, just come, and that's just what it is.
Why?
I feel like it'd be a more suitable fight for me.
Suitable fight?
Mm-hmm.
How would you fight them?
I'm gonna improvise. You know what I mean?
Because last time I said Independence Day, it was like in a big old spaceship. Like, you had to have like a jet, to fight them. So I'm thinking, he said that it would be the easiest. I'm like,
I mean, if we already in the same setting, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if I'm already there, yeah. I can go fuel up the jet though. Like,
For one, because I already saw Tom Cruise defeat them. So if anything ever happens, I just hit up Tom Cruise again. And be like, and on top of that, it was way easier to defeat them than the ones in Independence Day. We relied on one person in Independence Day.
Cockpit, and it was like the alien was just little, and if it wasn't little, it was little to me. So I'm just gonna stick to that story. Plus, it's Will Smith, yeah, it's Black History Month. Why wouldn't I go for Independence Day?
Not in
Turn niggas into dust.
Independence Day, didn't they kill that whole group of hippies on top of the fucking White House? Did they not die all at once?
Both of them motherfuckers some
Okay.
bad guys. They both was some bad
Okay,
guys.
but I'm just saying, is I'm gonna rely on one person to save humanity, or we can do this together?
No, I feel you on that. I had to think.
If I was an alien and I had the ability to have mind control, mind read, and speak all languages,
I'll take over the world.
So, I look human, right? So I would go on a planet that I look like the people, and I will form this thing called the government.
Yeah, I'll take. If I had all three of those abilities, I'll take over the world.
And then I will build these caste systems. And then since I can communicate with everybody, I will communicate differently, perception-wise.
Take over the world.
I mean, if I'm a new alien with all these abilities and I come to Earth and I'm looking like this, oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Different people, different races, and I will just mix everything up to make everybody believe that they need to live every day of their life working a 9 to 5 and making money until they die.
Yeah.
Like, what way? Like,
I would take over the world in the sense of, no, I don't want to rule the world. I would take over the world in the sense of control. I would take over the world to the benefit of my team, loved ones, and make sure that, you know, everybody, me and mine's got a comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? Fix everything that I feel like need to be fixed, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm learning everything. Yeah, and then maybe they say that the aliens or the gods mess with the humans and they made demigods. So if I'm an alien and I see a fine human and he don't know I'm an alien, then, I mean, we just gonna have some little demi-aliens running around here. They're gonna be half aliens, half human, maybe. I don't know, but I'm using my ability so we can travel, go places. And then if I got my spacecraft and because my babies is half and half and I can probably get my man a spaceship, hit a little helmet or something, he can get in my ship, we can go home.
If I've already described something,
Describe something.
If I already described something,
describable, have I already,
I describe what it already is.
not necessarily. I would because I would consider that pleading the fifth.
If I were to describe something as indescribable, will I have already described it? Yes, because I'm describing it as indescribable.
have I already described what it is? No, I didn't describe it in the first place. So it's indescribable and I did not describe it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, it's a short and a long answer for everything.
No. No, I haven't. I haven't described what it is.
That's my opinion, though. But I don't know. The question's kind of tricky, in my opinion, though. Because if you weren't to describe, you're not necessarily trying to describe it, but you are describing it because you just said that it's indescribable.
Technically, I didn't because it's indescribable. So if you say, how was New York? And I say indescribable, that means I ain't say nothing. It's indescribable. I can't decipher it.
So y'all already know what it is. Marty versus Adonis, depending on when you met me.
Once again, I'm ERICKA Simone.
Once again, my name's Waleska.
And this is Rocky B.
I'm from Detroit. I'm rocking with Controversy.
I'm here with Controversy.
Thank you for tuning in with Controversy.
Thank you for tuning in with Controversy.
And follow me on Marty_verse Adonis.
You can follow me on Instagram at __ ERICKA with a K, Simone __. See you next episode.
Follow me at I am Rocky B. And that's ROCKIE with a B. Peace.
You can follow me on Instagram at Reese Waleska. That's REESEWALESKA.